One of the things that I really enjoy when I speak to someone from Compliance Architects is that your organization really does help companies across the spectrum in this space. There's small startups, there's sort of the established biotechs, there's the 100-year-old pharmaceutical giants. And I wonder if we could talk a little bit about what is the difference that is happening to these different sized organizations as we come out of the pandemic and as things really sort of ramp up for the next generation of medicine.
Well, what we've seen emerge over the last 5 to 10 years in general is, FDA's willingness to grant rapid approval and rapid review, right, of novel drugs, life-saving drugs, rare disease drugs. So, in the old days, we had orphan drug status, and that got you some additional expedited review and collaboration. But with the rare disease and all of the other treatments emerging, things like CAR-T, stem cell, some of the new vaccines, some of the new treatments that are coming out for oncology, autoimmune diseases, et cetera, we're seeing a lot more willingness on the part of the FDA to be able to review things quickly. This puts a lot of pressure on the organization. So if you're a small company, what I see is that the clinical side of FDA, the reviewers, are willing to allow you to really move ahead quickly, particularly a rare disease state in children. They will do anything to help you move along rapidly. What happens when you get over to the CM&C side of the house, right, chemistry, manufacturing, and controls, is the wall goes up. And a lot of the things that you're expected to do for a traditional pharmaceutical, you're still expected to do with some of these novel forms and these novel technologies. And not everybody's figured out how to adapt the regulations and the requirements to those things. And it's made it really challenging. So for the small startup company, they're virtual. They rely on their CDMOs to understand how to do that stuff. So if they don't choose the right CDMO, they're in trouble when they get to the end and they're submitting their full NDA or BLA application. In the case of the big monolithic companies, the big guys, what you see is it allows them to move ahead quite rapidly, but in a very large company, you have very set processes in development. There's a time when you start validation, there's a time before that when you begin scale up. There are these prescriptive times that are all planned into project plans. There's lots of people involved. And so their ability to actually move faster when the FDA allows them is challenging for them because they've got a large machine that they have to figure out how to retool and re-engineer to move quickly. And I would say the medium-sized companies are in a unique position because they don't have quite as large a monolithic system to drive a new product forward, but they have more infrastructure than the small virtual startup does, and they're not completely reliant on a CDMO. They have a lot of their own internal technical expertise to figure things out, and they're a little more nimble and fast and flexible.